Out of the future of Tottenham Hotspur defender Micky van der Ven, we understand the club want to sit down with the Dutch international's representatives to discuss improved contract terms, with a number of clubs in England and Europe thought to be keeping an eye on the situation. He's 24 years old. He still has 3.5 years left on his current deal. Right, OK, David, he's flying this season.
Yeah.
Tottenham did win a trophy last season, but they did finish 17th.
Yeah.
Can Tottenham still match his ambition? He's being talked up. He's been talked about with Real Madrid, all the big clubs. If you're in that situation, especially when you've got 3.5 years left in your deal, what do?
He's an exceptional player, unbelievable. The pace of him, the strength of him. He's a great defender, reads the game so well. He's one of the top defenders in the world. You're going to have people, you're going to have clubs, big clubs. I think there's a few rumours or within the media about Real Madrid potentially coming in for him, but a player like that, 3.5 years left on his contract. I mean, Tottenham will want to tie him up, but to be honest, as a big offer comes in, you know, it's very difficult for the club even not to accept it. But he's an exceptional player. I mean, the goal he got against Copenhagen was unbelievable. It was the pace, the control of the ball, and to be able to score a goal like that as a defender was unbelievable. But Tottenham want to tie him down. Tottenham are in a position, I believe, where the two transfer windows, the next in January and the summer next year, are really going to showcase where the football club's going and where it's moving forward. Yeah,
well, that's it. Because over the years, you can count all the players who've ended up leaving Tottenham when they've been key players. Of it, we've mentioned Modric. Obviously, there's Gareth Bale as well, Berbatov, Carrick. They've all gone on to what were perceived to be, in their eyes at the time, as bigger clubs. How do Tottenham make their players realise that, or believe that Tottenham are as big as those clubs and they can keep those players?
Well, that's what it is. I think with Daniel Levy going, and whether he was running the club like a tight ship, and from a financial point of view, he'd done an unbelievable job, but maybe he did get rid of certain players at certain times which he shouldn't have done. And I think the new ownership or the sort of new management that are in charge are going to showcase over these two windows exactly, and they'll tell players like Van der Ven where we're taking this football club, so he can take a feeling out of who they sign within them windows. Will showcase what Tottenham are going to do moving forward. So I think that will make Van der Ven's mind up really moving forward.
Well, on the show last week, it was quite interesting actually. One of your former teammates, Jamie O'Hara, suggested that Van der Ven might not play as a centre-back for much longer. Let's remind the viewers of what he said.
I played with Gareth Bale when he was a left-back, and he was steady, but you could see his athleticism. But what he went on to become, I never saw that in Gareth Bale. And then obviously Harry Redknapp got more out of him. Then Villas-Boas got more out of him. He was playing number 10. He was cutting in off the right, whipping balls in the top corner. I watched him as a left-back. When I just watch Van der Ven, I look at him and think, is he almost wasted as a centre-half? You know, because he's so good and he could be so effective in a wider area, or, you know, higher up the pitch.
What do you think of that in general?
I love his glasses. He don't even need glasses.
He was talking. He said he was getting a lot of stick for his glasses.
He looks stylish, Jamie. Don't worry, son.
I think he looks great. He was saying that people were texting, saying, "Why are you trying to look clever?"
Yeah, no,
that's what he said it was. But no,
he's coming here, Sky Sports. He's thought, I've got to look the part.
And he does. And he does. In fairness, when he mentions there about kind of Van der Ven maybe potentially moving further up the pitch, as someone who played further up the pitch yourself, like as a winger, for instance, is it offensive to think that a centre-back could take your position?
Offensive? I don't know whether I'd agree with the fact that he could go further up the pitch. I mean, he's an outstanding centre-half, and there's not many like him around the world that can explode from that position up the pitch. An incredible player. Would I be offended if he took my place? Yeah, probably. Thinking, hold up a minute. What's going on here?
Like Ledley King going right wing, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be having that.
And in terms of his injury problems, he's torn his hamstring twice in his 2.5 years at Tottenham. Can that kind of thing put clubs off signing you? I mean, you'll have had injuries in the past, you've seen injuries to other players. How much does that matter to clubs when they're taking into account what would be a high transfer fee?
Well, they will look at that, and that will become part of sort of what they look at when sort of writing the check out for him, but it's all them unbelievable Superman runs he keeps going on. When you open up like that, it's not many. I mean, I'd do every hamstring and my back trying to run like him. He incredible player, incredible athlete, and clubs will look at that. But if he keeps himself fit over the next few seasons, he's on course to be one of the best defenders in the world.
And with that, does it help the fact that one is pace for a centre back? I mean, there's no quicker centre backs, and also a lot of managers are obsessed with having a left-footed centre back in there, whether it's in a 3 or a 2. He is left-footed.
Exactly.
Does that make him even highly sought after, even more?
Highly sought after. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be hard for Tottenham because of the value of him. If they come in with a huge offer, which the money that's floating around the game now, it's very difficult to sort of turn that down. But Tottenham management have to showcase, give him a big deal, sign big players, and keep the boy at the club.
Yeah, well, there's a message on the screen there from Steve. He says that Van der Ven's got the potential to be a Premier League Hall of Famer. Okay, well, if he stays here for long enough, he may well be. Right now, it's an age-old...
Just a bit of injury news to kick off. Did everyone come through Tuesday night unscathed? And the latest on Mohamed Kudus as well?
Yes, everything came through it well, so it's good. You say the one that been out for a small spell, Kuti and Dest responded well, so fit and available. Kudus is touch and go for tomorrow. We'll see.
Okay. I'm sure a lot of Spurs fans sort of hope that the Jekyll and Hyde Spurs days of lurching from one dismal performance to an excellent performance were maybe a thing of the past, but we've seen that in the last week. What gives you the confidence that tomorrow we'll see a performance more like Tuesday nights than last Saturday's?
I always believe when going into every game that we will put a good performance out there and do well. I think what gives me some confidence that we will put a good performance out there is that I think most of the performance we put out this year has been good in general over the season. We're not talking about home. There's been some that's not been top. 2 of them, don't want to run away from that, was against Bournemouth and Chelsea at home, where the 2 teams did very well and we on the day didn't find the right solutions to match them. But I'm very confident because I think I see the right layers, the attitude in the players, the ability to want to improve. It's another big game coming up that we are ready for, that we are looking forward to. Get the fans behind us, we're ready to do everything we can to win the game.
I feel like I could almost ask you about any player on Tuesday night because it felt like a big performance for a lot of players, but I wanted to ask you about Xavi Simons because it felt like a real confidence-building performance from him. A sort of 2-part question. Do you think he is a confidence player? And do you think the burden of being the main creative output in the absence of Kulusevski and Maddison is something that he is taking on and comfortable with?
I think every player need confidence. There's every player does that. They're the best in the world. Everyone. Some can say when you go to a new club, I think it's a little bit more evident that it's not that easy just to hit the ground running, but the more confidence you get, the better you play, the more you play, the more, how can you say, relationship you find out to get with your teammates, step by step. And I agree, I think Xami had a good performance. I think it was positive with a lot of bits. I still think it was a good step. I still think there's a lot of layers to be added to his game, but I was happy with his performance.
Just one final question from me on Destiny. I appreciate there's probably stuff you can't say about what's going on there, but really, again, great performance from him on Tuesday night as well. And given everything that's been happening off the pitch for him, just how much have you been having to support him one-to-one? And have you seen, has he come to you for support? Has he seemed different, more subdued?
I think that the club, of course, is a terrible situation to have been in, and can't speak too much about it. It's a legal case, as we know. The club and we have done everything we can to support him, and we'll do that. He's clearly doing well on the pitch, which is good, and we'll keep supporting him.
Thank you.
Charlie, please.
Hi, Thomas. You mentioned those 2 losses at home to Bournemouth and Chelsea in the Premier League. Obviously, Spurs have got the best away record in the Premier League this season, but in terms of just that one win at home in the Premier League, do you get the sense that the players are feeling a weight on their shoulders whenever they do play at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
I think this is it's a big shirt to wear in many ways. It should be proud. It should be, something you're really excited about, wearing this beautiful shirt. Playing home and away shouldn't matter. To play home should be a massive boost. When we play at home, we should feel even more confident, even more, how can you say, aligned, even more willing to do everything. And yeah, I understand that the stats are not too good over a long time. For me, it's now there's a new opportunity we need to embrace in the best possible way. Coming out there against a great Man United team that's in great form, it'll be a great game, and we'll do everything we can to get out on top.
In terms of Man United, most of their Premier League points this season have come when they have less than 50% possession in games. How do you expect them to play tomorrow, and how will you try to look to counter that?
I think first and foremost you can see it's a Man United team that got more confidence. Definitely, I think Ruben and his coaching staff have done a very good job. It's clearly been a tough year for them and for him. I admire him a lot for that, to go through a very tricky spell with a lot of how can you say, setbacks. So to get through that with that focus is well done, and you can see the bits he's been working on is more and more clear. I think it's also clear that he play not only a system but a specific way, which they are very good at and they're getting better and better at. Right now they are in a moment where they have more or less, I think every key player available, and found his team, played more or less the same team last 4 or 5 games, so we know exactly what to expect for them. I think they have a incredible, dangerous front 3. They're starting to get more up to pace, and we need to close them down, but on the flip side, make sure they run a little bit more backwards, so because we are attacking.